Let's kick shell!
Alright, let's give it a shot. That was a checkmate.
Pizza time!
Prepare to die.
Terminate the turtle.
Pizza time!
Okay, a little sloppy. Sloppy start. But we're just starting. Bang, 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 bang.
Cool off.
Bing, ba-doo-doo, ba-doo-doo, ba-doo.
Pizza time!
Did not want to go that far forward. Alright. Still recovered from that. Bang, bang. Bam, bam.
Pizza time. Sewer surface.
Bam, bam.
Pizza time.
That was a big mistake. 3 bars gone just because I mis-executed. Bam. I thought I had time to DP after that, but a little too late. Yeah, I'm dead in 1 hit now. Yeah. Alright. I'm doing an input recording, so I have to reset the emulator every time. And then every time I do that, I have to do this. Kind of sucks, but okay. All right, that's fine.
Let's kick shell.
Warm up usually goes like that anyway. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Pizza time.
Ah, wrong direction.
Prepare to die.
Terminate the turtle.
He doesn't usually go off screen like that. So normally I'm able to just kind of keep him in check here if I do this little movement.
Pizza time. Alley Cat Blue. Hoo-yah.
Cool off, sucker.
Hoo-yah. 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 Pizza time. Hoo-yah. Hoo-yah.
Oh, alright.
Hoo-yah. 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 Pizza power.
Cool off, sucker.
Hoo-yah. Hoo-yah.
Fine with that.
Pizza time.
I'm going to mangle you green slime balls.
Sewer serpent. Pizza time.
I can tell from the sound that he's coming from that direction. Yeah, you got a little pot shot in there. Okay. Dodged one, got hit by the other. Hey, what's up, Donut Sama?
Pizza time.
The superior reshelled version. Fighting words, man. Fighting words. Okay, lots of flashing, lots of flashing. Epilepsy warning, don't look.
Banishing you into a time warp from which you will never return.
Prehistoric.
Yeah, I'm just doing some more practice. Trying my best to get a deathless 1cc. But if I die, I'll still keep going. I'll try and get a regular 1cc. So, funny thing, last time I streamed this game, I encountered an issue where the music was not playing at the normal speed that I'm used to. And I thought that it was a problem with the one of the updates with MAME. I figured out what was going on. So it turns out that the speed of the music has been wrong in MAME all this time. And the updated version is actually correct. I double checked, I double, triple, quadruple checked that shit against the original arcade. I did some tests checking the sync of objects, specifically in stage 3 because it's an auto-scroller. I checked the sync of objects when they appeared in conjunction with the music, and I compared the where they appear in arcade, in like the original hardware, versus MAME, and it turns out the updated versions of MAME actually fixed that problem. So I was basically using the wrong music for years, essentially. MAME had, I guess it had a bug where the music was not actually playing at its correct speed. So I had to take some time to relearn all of my music cues for dodging the timer bomb, so that I could be able to, you know, avoid death. And I took some time, I made some save states, took some time to practice that and memorize, so we'll see if I get it. Regular 1cc is crazy. Play with you in Fightcade? Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? For some reason, I'm trying to get used to the way YouTube displays the names, because I'm used to like people having different name colors on Twitch. So someone like I saw like Retro, I saw you post and I thought it was the same person. I thought it was Donut Sama because the color didn't change. So sorry about that. Yeah, I'm definitely down to play on Fightcade. Problem is Fightcade also has the music issue. So, and actually Fightcade also has some other issues too. It has an issue with the frame rate, and the music issue is even worse than it was on MAME before the update on MAME. But the online is good, so I'm definitely down to play on Fightcade. Unfortunately, the timer bomb strat is not really viable unless you learn how to do it specifically on Fightcade, and Fightcade does not emulate the music properly. Or I should say FB Neo doesn't emulate it properly. regular, but yeah, this is I wouldn't call this a regular 1cc. This is actually very hard mode, which is, for me, it's a regular 1cc because I don't play on lower difficulties anymore. The challenge that I'm gonna be working on at some point, hopefully soon, is a single button challenge. So no like 2-button attacks or anything, except for dodging the timer bomb. But for now, I'm just getting back into the swing and just like playing the game and just trying to get it, a 1cc. It's really just practicing the strats and making sure you don't fuck up your timer bomb dodge. Wait. I thought this guy was dead. M5 taller. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Okay, there we go. So I remembered it. I'm actually a little bit slow right now because normally I would be slightly further ahead by the time that bomb drops, but I did recognize that I was taking a little bit long on this stage.
Pizza power!
No, I disagree. I wish that move came out faster. I wish Leo's frame data was slightly better. His horizontal slash has good frame data. It comes out in 7 frames, but his other moves, they have a little bit of startup to them.
Skull and cross.
Alright, this is the stage that really tends to fuck you over. Bro, get over here. They get stuck on those ropes, man. It's weird. Because, like, you can't go down there, but they can. And then they get stuck on that as if it's like a physical object. Timed that wrong. That was my mistake. I didn't whiff cancel that on reaction. I should have. Damn it. This is actually like, in my opinion, this section right here is like the hardest section in the stage. Bro! Get out of here. Okay, it's gonna be this one. Okay. That guy appeared really late. Holy shit. He doesn't normally appear that late.
Pizza power!
That sucks.
Pizza time.
A little late on that. Oh fuck, Toka interrupted me. He covered him like a good teammate. Yeah. Kind of hard to react to that. Okay.
Bury my shell.
Messages seem to have an error message. Oh, that sucks. Maybe, I guess YouTube's chat server was down, I guess. A back attack is really good against them, yeah. Technically, Falling Strike is the best, but it's really hard to hit Razar with that unless he's getting up after a knockdown. But once you get rid of Razar, you can you can use the Falling Strike strat against him, and it is better than the back attack. But to start the fight, and especially against Razar, back attack really good. And it's not good that I got hit a few times here. Ugh. I did not have a good start to this level. Mostly because of those guys. The Tuning Fork guys are really fast and very... they're fast on the ground, like foot speed, but they're also fast with their strikes. Nope, 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 nope. Oh yeah, the randomness is great in this game. It helps the game, like, honestly it makes the game more fun, but also it makes the game a little unpredictable in that you can't always get a 1cc even if you're playing well. Well, you can probably always get a 1cc if you're just like godlike, right? Unless you get grabbed. If you get grabbed, you can lose half your health or more in a single grab. before you have time to mash out of it. I will take that. That's better than the alternative. Actually, was not trying to grab that guy or like even attack him. I was trying to do a reverse shoulder, but it works out. I'll take it. You gotta, sometimes you gotta let the RNG work in your favor too, and not complain too much when it actually does something well for you. Yeah, not making sure you're knocking enemies down when they're kind of in like problematic locations. It's very helpful to make sure you knock enemies down. That way you can deal with other enemies. You got fewer people harassing you at the same time. Actually surprised my dive kick managed to go through that and not get hit by him. But I'll take it.
Pizza time.
Gotta try and remember the moment in the music here. Yes, got it. All these new musical cues, I had to fucking save state practice that shit until I got it down. And then there's none of that in stage 7, because you don't actually get the bomb in stage 7. Unless you take forever to beat Super Krang, but that is not, that's not part of the plan. So the next bomb dodge will be in the final stage. Knock some dudes down, get some breathing room. Woo! Preemptive. He wanted that really badly. Okay. That was actually a bad execution there, but he managed to miss me. Yo, what's up, Vane? How you doing? Yeah, I'm trying out YouTube, seeing how that goes for now. We're both missing each other, okay? What I like about knocking down the rock soldiers with a dive kick is that it only takes one falling strike afterward to kill them, after one dive kick. Even though the dive kick itself is a weak attack, if you knock them down with it and then hit them on their wake up with falling strike, they just die from that. Because normally it takes 2 falling strikes to kill the rock soldiers. That was a messed up input there. Technically, when I jump like that, in order to bait those rock soldiers, there is a chance they can hit me while I'm coming down. So I am actually taking a risk by doing that, but it's not a huge risk. And the payoff is really high when I do that strat against them. Okay. Ooh. He almost got me with that. Okay. Yeah, this strat is not without risk.
Oh, goody! Fresh turtles for lunch.
Pizza time.
Okay, that's fine.
Neon Night.
Turned on the bell. Yeah, that'll do it. How's the stream performing? Is it like smooth and consistent? Because it looks that way on my end. Like, it doesn't say I had any drop frames or anything. Super smooth, nice. So now I just have to remember the music cues for Starbase, provided I actually beat Super Krang without dying. We'll see if I remember them fine. And then you actually have to execute the DP.
Pizza time.
Nah. I'll hit them for that. I don't care if I get the robot. Oh shit, I got 3 robots, alright. Yeah, I do have to get rid of these guys. They are really annoying. Those robots don't normally appear unless you kill a certain amount of normal, like regular enemies. And I didn't want to kill the regular enemies, but I kind of had to escape after grabbing the pizza. So it kind of led to that whole robot situation. But normally you don't see those robots, or at least you don't see more than one typically. Really just kind of depends on the randomness of when enemies decide to leave and give up and go off screen. Bing. Okay, so I'm gonna start getting rid of the dangerous guys. That'd be these purples. These guys aren't dangerous. They can't grab you. They can't do instant damage. They can't do... what I don't want is for them to knock me down before the pizza. That's what I don't want. Okay. That's the one thing they can do. They can knock me down and prevent me from grabbing the pizza. So it's like the first arcade game where you wait. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, you mean the highway? on the first, yeah. So this is an auto scroller, so it's not based on how many enemies you defeat. It's just an auto scroller. So you just have to get to the end of the stage safely. Yeah. So it's basically the same. Like in Turtles 1 on the highway, it's the same thing. You don't actually have to fight the enemies until the last round, like the last wave of enemies. But all the other enemies you can just kind of ignore. Fun fact, this guy has so much health on very hard mode that if you don't do this strat in particular, you are very unlikely to actually beat him in time. You're more than likely you will exhaust the timer for this stage and just die to the bomb. I actually could not beat this guy in time until I figured out this strat. Fuck. Yeah, you don't want to challenge the bubbles. Just let them do it and move out of the way. The bubbles will hit you, so just don't even bother. Just wait them out.
You're going to pay.
Starbase.
Bomb timer. Vane, so this game has a 5-minute time limit. It's hidden, you can't see it, but it's there. If you take too long to beat the level, a bomb will drop from the sky and kill you. So normally I use the music to be able to, you know, help me be able to dodge the timer bomb. But because the music is not always going to be synced in the proper, in like the correct, like the same spot, by the time I do fight Super Krang, it's kind of unreliable to go for that. It makes much more sense to just beat him quickly enough. Because the music changes when you go from the level music to the boss music. So depending on what point the level music was at, when the boss music starts, the timer bomb is going to drop at a part of the music, of the boss music, that you might not be familiar with. So rather than go through all that, it makes more sense to just beat the boss in time. Likewise, on a stage like this, you want to make sure you dodge the timer bombs before you get to... well, actually, this stage is an exception. The timer actually freezes once you get to Krang, which is unique to this level because it doesn't happen on any other level. But typically, if you get to a boss and you haven't dodged the timer bomb and the timer runs out while you're fighting the boss, it will fall at a point during the music that you're probably not familiar with, so you'll most likely die from it. I do have to do my best to concentrate since it is Starbase, so... Alright. Yeah, these rock soldiers, there are multiple strategies that one can use against them. But I find that one to be, so far, the most reliable.
Pizza power!
Out of these three enemies, the archer is the one that I want to get rid of the most, because if he knocks you down with an arrow, it does 3 bars of your health. So if you take any knockdown from him, you don't want to you don't want to take that damage from him. Alright, there's nice preemptive. I didn't take the bait. Sorry, it's a little difficult to read chat during this, but I'll get to it as soon as I can. I fucked up. Fucked up big time. Big mistakes were made. You do not want those guys to materialize. We do not want Star Trek at this section. There is a possibility I can make this up, actually. I need to hit that. No. Okay. It's still technically possible, but I took a lot of damage that I didn't really need to be taking. I'll just go with that strat since... Oh. Damn it, dude. I was taking too long and my execution just was not on point, so... No Deathless. Let's see if we can... God damn it. This stage went completely wrong. Like, and he grabbed me. Okay. Yeah, this is... a combination of bad execution and bad luck. I didn't think I was actually taking that long on the stage for the bomb to drop at that moment. But then when I hit the button, I got a regular jump instead of... a DP, so... That sucks. Is there a go-to turtle for use for arcade? No, I mean there's a tier list that I made of like turtles that I think are the best, but every turtle is viable, so you can use any turtle you want as long as you know what you're as long as you know what things you should be doing with that turtle. They're all viable. It's just with some turtles have it a little bit easier than others. I can go over that after this if you like. Cool. Cool.
Pizza power!
See, now I don't know if I have to dodge the second timer bomb or if I can make a break for Krang. I think if I rush this, I can probably make a break for Krang, actually. That was close, because he almost knocked me into the laser. Bro. Right when I hit the button, that's when I got exploded. Alright, that's fine. If I had killed these guys, because this level has an exception where if you spawn Krang, the timer actually just pauses. It doesn't continue. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's go for regular 1cc. Yeah, I failed it. But that's because I'm playing very hard mode. All right, let me I can go ahead and talk about this real quick. So this is my tier list. So this is what I got. Now you notice that there's only tiers S, A, and B. There's no like C or F tier or anything like that, and that's because all the turtles are good. All the turtles are very capable. These tiers are really just to emphasize like what is I don't want to say what this game needs, but like what is more effective in the game in general, right? So Donatello's strengths matter more for what this game is asking you to do. This is going to be a very simplified version, by the way. I actually have a text document where I write down like the specific details of like why I place the turtles like this. But simply put, Donatello having the most amount of range, and also the fact that his falling strike is absolutely insane. Like the distance it goes, like he can wall out enemies with it extremely effectively. His special is also the best in the game. It has a bit of startup, but the special itself is actually rather safe if you use it from far, and also the front half of his leg is intangible, can't be hit. This game has a technique that I like to call whiff cancel. So basically when you use one of your strikes on the ground, if it doesn't hit an enemy, you have the option to cancel the recovery of that move in order to make yourself safer. Now combine that with Donatello's range and you have something that's kind of ridiculous, right? As far as, you know, being able to protect him, because the whole thing with Donatello is that he's supposed to be a little bit like a tad bit slower than the other turtles in exchange for more range. But if you do whiff cancel on his strikes, you make his strikes safer. So he gains the range benefit, but without the extra recovery downside. And that's really, really good. Leo, kind of similar, has a decent, he has the second best range, including his falling strike. Falling strike is a very important move in this game. his special has the fastest recovery out of all the turtles, and because it doesn't move forward, you can use it without accidentally scrolling the screen forward, which is very, very helpful. Raph can do that too, but Raph's special is kind of doo-doo. It has a lot of recovery. Hitbox doesn't come out quickly unless the like the close hitbox comes out fast, but as far hitboxes come out really late. But Raph has some nice advantages with his ground strikes. He's actually the only turtle in the game that does not get a random sidekick with his strikes. And that's actually really, really helpful for him. It means that Raph's strikes are the safest in the game. They're the most consistent because there's no possibility of him getting a random sidekick, which is by far the worst move in the game. It is the worst move in the game. It's even worse than this. There's another kick that it's kind of like an arc kick, right? That you can do, like a jumping kick that goes in like a parabola kind of motion. The side kick is even worse than that because it has like almost no range and it's very easily punishable. Raph doesn't have that kick with his normal strikes, which means that using his strikes is safer. I'm actually going to use him next, by the way, just to kind of illustrate the point. But because of that, and because of the prevalence of whiff canceling and how important whiff canceling is, it makes it so that Raph on the ground, like his strikes are just they're just supremely safe and consistent and reliable. But his falling strike is trash because the range is bad. Raph and Mikey both have bad range on falling strike, which hurts them quite a bit. But Raph at least has the reliability of his strikes, not having the sidekick, and he also gets extra range because he leans forward on his sprite, so he gets extra range on his strikes from the forward lean, which is very deceptive. But part of his sprite when he leans forward is intangible. He doesn't actually get hit. So like enemies can like punch his nose and he just doesn't get hit. So it's actually super cool that Raph has like a little hidden advantage with just his lean forward. His strikes gain additional range from that, but his hurt box doesn't actually lean forward with his sprite. So that's actually and it took me a while to actually realize that was going on with Raph. And then Mikey is the worst because his falling strike is also doo-doo, and his special is pretty good offensively, but it's also kind of risky because he can get punished for it in a lot of scenarios. His hurt box widens when he does it, and even though the move recovers fast, its active hitbox ends before he lands. So there's like this hang time when he is vulnerable. And his hitbox is not active, so he's not actually hitting enemies with it, but he is able to get hit before he's able to land and then act. And then he doesn't gain any additional range benefits that the other characters have, so because of that, I put him in B. And yeah, that's my list. That's a short version with them. So let's see what time it is. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm still good. I still got time. So I'm gonna do another attempt here, but I gotta reset this because MAME is stupid about how it does the input recording. So I gotta do this, and then this. Cool.
Let's kick shell.
Okay, now we'll go for Raph, and you'll see his strike game. Yeah, I mean, most people think that Mikey's the best turtle in this game, but I think he's the worst. That's after a lot of careful analysis of like their properties and just like what is actually important in the game. I would say Mikey's definitely, well, I don't know if I say definitely. Mikey's, yeah, I'll say that. Mikey's definitely beginner friendly. I'll put it that way. Like he definitely does lend himself well in terms of his overall speed and just the way his special works. It's very intuitive, very easy to understand. Some of the other, like Raph is a turtle that really requires understanding why he's good. If you don't actually understand like anything about whiff canceling or know anything about the sidekick and the fact that Raph doesn't have it, or anything about his forward lean that gives him deceptive range, if you don't know any of that, it's difficult to see Raph being good in this game. But once you learn those things, you're like, oh shit, Raph, he's got some stuff going on. That's gonna get hit, and that's gonna, yeah, that was a yeah, that was a checkmate. So yeah, I had no options against that. And that's why getting grabbed is the worst thing that could possibly happen to you.
Let's kick shell!
Yeah, when they do that, you either gotta hit them first, or if you don't have time, you just gotta get out of the way. Either get out of the way, up or down, or do a DP to use your in-ball to go through it. Lining up for the slaughter. Also, another cool thing that you can do, you can do this with any turtle, but when you use a strike like that, it's not just the it's not just whiff cancel that you can do. If you hit the enemy, you can actually cancel the ending frames of the hit. Not with a whiff cancel, because obviously you didn't whiff, but you can cancel it with another action. So you can cancel it either with another strike, or with a DP, or with a reverse shoulder. So I can hit an enemy in front, like that, or like that, and then do a reverse shoulder. I can cancel the ending frames of my strike with the reverse shoulder in order to basically check the people that are trying to get behind me. Just like that guy. He was about to attack.
Terminate the turtle!
Okay, Raph doesn't do this strat as well, but if he cooperates, you can kind of do it with him.
Alley Cat Blue.
Jealous of these perfect shoulder dashes. I'm messing some of them up. It's just when I mess them up, something else comes out and you can't actually tell that it was a... Like, I get most of them, but every once in a while I do screw them up and I wind up getting something else. It also helps that I'm playing on a hitbox, so it makes the timing of it a little easier compared to like other types of controllers. Oh, no, I did not want to do that kick.
Pizza time.
Somehow he managed to avoid that hit. Yeah, I guess it's probably Raph's range on that did it. The falling strike didn't hit him because Raph's range on it is shit, so... Yeah, I normally play Leo in this game these days. Back in the day, I used to play a lot more Donnie and Mikey. Because I thought Leo and Raph were trash. Yeah, it's his falling strike, it's just shit. So I wind up missing that guy. Okay. I took that early because I just want to make sure they don't grab me. Now, one thing that is good about Raph's falling strike, it comes out fast enough that you can double hit Metalhead when you can hit his backside and you can double hit him before he's able to turn around. Now, interesting thing about Metalhead, if you hit his backside, he is completely incapable of doing a counterattack to you. So the fact that Raph can get a double back hit consistently makes it so that Metalhead has literally zero chance against Raph.
Sewer serpent.
Leo the GOAT. Leo trains, man. Oh, interesting thing. So you see these green pipes that are appearing in the foreground? Those don't normally appear in MAME, but they do appear in the arcade. So I put a post on MAME testers about it, and somebody told me, they said if you change this line of code in the MAME source code, and then compile it, it will make it appear. So I did exactly that, and here we go. The green pipes or whatever they are appear. For the longest time, like, those things did not appear, and I didn't even know they were in the game until I saw somebody playing this game on like the original hardware. Because it's been a really long time since I've personally played on original hardware. So I didn't remember that those things were in the game. However, it turns out it's not a perfect fix. It's just kind of like a workaround. Making that change in the code actually breaks certain other things. Like, there's some other graphics, minor graphic stuff that mess up when you make that change. Make that change. Gotta look at the man in the mirror. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't sing that out That might get copyrighted. But yeah, I put it in there, and sure enough, he was like, oh, if you put this change this one line of code in the main source code, it'll appear. And I did, and here it is. And I'm like, fuck, man. That's literally all it took. There's a bunch of them at the end of the level here. Epilepsy warning, if you're epileptic or sensitive to flashing, it's coming up soon at the end of this. Alright, don't look if you have sensitivity.
My patience is wearing thin.
You hate things in the foreground.
You will never return.
Prehistoric.
You know what? I have Cowabunga collection. I can check that. I can check to see if it's in that one. Now, now that I'm talking about original hardware, I actually do have some exciting news on that front. A coworker of mine went to this place. It's fairly recent. It opened up like 4 months ago. It's like an arcade place near where I live. And they got a bunch of old games, right? They got like Pac-Man, Galaga, Elevator Action. They got all kinds of old arcade games there, right? A lot of the greats. And when he went there, he saw not one, he saw 2 different TMNT games there. 2 different TMNT games. You know how many arcade TMNT games there are? There are 2. So that means that Turtles in Time is there. And I confirmed this. I haven't been there myself, but I confirmed it because if you look on Google Maps and you check like the videos that people post, I saw Turtles in Time in one of the videos. Like one, like the GIF videos or whatever that on Google Maps that it shows. So that place, which is probably about half an hour away from me, has a Turtles in Time cabinet. And I have not seen one of those in like actual decades. It's been literal decades since I've seen a Turtles in Time cabinet in person. I am going. At some point, I will definitely go. I'm actually wondering which version of Turtles in Time they have. I'm actually wondering if it's even like the original hardware or if it's a MAME cabinet, because some places do that. Some places have a MAME cabinet. If it's a MAME cabinet, I'll know. I'll be able to tell. I can tell the difference between MAME and original hardware. But man, I hope that shit is the real, like I hope it's the original, because that would be so fun to play that. I don't even care if the controls are not good. Like the controls could be busted or any, like I do not care. I want to play. Nope. God damn it. Have your coworker bring a camera and yeah, I mean, I would like, I actually have a tripod. Believe it or not, I have a tripod. I could actually just bring the tripod and connect my phone. I'm thinking of doing that, actually. I'm thinking of bringing my tripod and just like hooking up my phone and recording a video of that. And my phone actually, I can do 60 FPS recording. Motherfucker. Alright, I think this attempt is dead. This attempt might be dead. Unless I just like do like super execution. By the way, this light, see how it illuminates Raph when I get close, or like the enemies too? This was broken on MAME for like literal years, like 15 years that shit was broken on MAME. They actually just last summer fixed it. This just got fixed. It got fixed by the one that told me how to make the foreground things appear in Sewer Surfing. Like, so the same person that told me that fixed this light issue. So somebody's looking at the game. Okay.
Pizza power!
Okay, I gotta fight these guys on the left. No, I can't do that because this motherfucker hit me.
Pizza time.
Fine with that. As long as I got the pizza. Okay. Alright. I managed to survive that shit. Alright, so technically Raph can get a double hit here, but it's really hard. It's hard because of the way Descent works with falling strikes. So basically, whenever you do your falling strike, you descend slower, and then when the recovery of the falling strike ends, the turtle continues to move down at normal speed. Because Raph's falling strike ends sooner than the other turtles, he winds up falling down to the ground faster. Not faster, but sooner. He winds up, like, after you do the attack, he starts falling again faster. And it makes it so that timing a double hit is a lot less consistent against Cement Man.
Skull and
Compared to, like, Donnie and Leo, that they do it, like super free. Driving for 30 minutes for what turns out to be MAME. Yeah, I mean that would suck if it's MAME, but on the flip side, I might be able to show people some Turtles in Time that they haven't seen before. So there's that. If there's anyone there that likes the game, I might be able to, you know, show them like, hey, watch this, and then they can, like, you know, learn stuff in the game. And who knows, maybe somebody will take an interest in the game and will become super godlike. That might happen. It could happen, even if it's a MAME cabinet. That could happen. It's not like MAME doesn't emulate the game well. It emulates the game very well, except for some like minor graphical things. Ever since they fixed the music bug, which I thought was a regression. I thought it was a regression. It wasn't. I thought the music was actually normal before. Turns out I was wrong on that. The music is correct now. It's gonna be so funny if I go there and it's a MAME cabinet and it's an older version, so the music is fucked. Good thing I memorized the old music cues, so I know when the bomb is gonna drop with the old music cues. Find a TMNT partner and we'll have 2-player 1CCs. I've actually done a 2-player 1CC with a guy called Jim. I've done a 2-player 1CC with him on well, actually, let me specify. We were trying to do 2-player 1CC, like co-op 1CC. And what ended up happening was I wound up getting a 1CC and he wound up getting a game over. we tried for a while. We might try that again at some point, actually. Problem is Fightcade has issues. Like, so when you play this game, the Fightcade doesn't use MAME. It uses FB Neo. And FB Neo does not emulate the music of this game properly, nor is it completely smooth. So like the frame rate has like it has like these hitches, like these minor frame skips, so it's not completely smooth. Like on MAME, it's like the frame rate is like perfect, like it's actually behaving the way it's supposed to. And I've tried different settings on FB Neo to try and fix that, and it just does not seem. It just seems like it's an emulator problem and not a settings problem. So yeah, between that and the music not being right. But the good news about FB Neo is that the game, because it's Fightcade, it has rollback netcode, which is fantastic. Rollback netcode is great. So the online experience winds up being really good. Much better than Cowabunga Collection, which does not have rollback netcode. Or at least it doesn't have good. I don't know if it does, but it's not very good if it does. Like the implementation's not too good. It winds up having like input drops. There's like some frame skipping and then like input drops depending on the frame skipping, which is usually what happens with delay-based netcode. I have to revisit Cowabunga Collection and check because I thought it did the music incorrectly, but I was comparing it to like the old version of MAME, which now I know is actually was doing it wrong. So it's possible that Cowabunga Collection was actually doing it correctly. I have to double check it, but I know for sure that FB Neo does not emulate the music properly, or like the music speed. It's slower than it's supposed to be, so the bomb, like the music cues for the bomb is just not there. It might be this one. Yeah, I thought I was taking a little long there. Okay, I gotta move up so that he doesn't toss the shuriken. Bang, 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 bang. I moved forward a little too much there. When there are too many enemies, they wind up taking these positions where they kind of spread out a bit. Even if you like move down, some of them will like move down with you, and they'll be in a very like inconvenient position because they're like taking turns. That
I
sucks.
feel seasick.
Yeah, he did 2 preemptive strikes there, and because he did 2 preemptive strikes in a row, he didn't move forward like I wanted him to, so the bait, he didn't take the bait. Like that. So like, if you bait him like this, he's supposed to move forward and get close. But if he does preemptive strikes, then he doesn't do that. Like that. And then once he gets like under you, he tries to do like a little, like a close range kick. Which is kind of slow and not as good and not as dangerous. And that guy, he's trying to do the preemptive. Okay. Okay, I'm glad I didn't get a throw there.
Pizza time.
I'll take that. That's fine. Bro. I hate when they both come at me at the same time like that. Ah. Okay.
Bury my shell at
Shame that it's mainly known as a SNES game. Yeah, agreed. Because this is definitely the better version, for sure. Just significantly harder, more interesting, better mechanics, higher quality music, higher quality visuals, 4 players. Like, it's just like, bro, like, literally everything is better other than, I mean, the console version has manual dashing, manual back attack. Those 2 things are good. It has the Technodrome level, which, I mean, you know, I could take it or leave it. It's good, but I don't think the game actually needs that. It has some nice like funny. It has like some interesting things like the Bebop and Rocksteady fight instead of Toka and Razar. I mean, I like Toka and Razar, but like Bebop and Rocksteady have like the pirate theme, which kind of goes hand in hand with the stage. The game has Rat King, but also Sewer Surfing is not a full-fledged level. It's a bonus level. Same thing with Neon Knight Riders. It's not actually a full-fledged level. It's a bonus level. So basically, they added an additional level, but they removed 2 full levels from the game. So, like, I don't know. What do you prefer? You prefer them to add Technodrome and then remove 2 other levels, but just, like, relegate them? Because they're still in the game, technically, but they're bonuses. They're not actually, like... They're not actually, like, real levels. You don't even really have to fight enemies. You can just, like, avoid them. Which, I mean, technically you could do that in this game for Neon Knight Riders, but they're significantly more, and you gotta pay more attention. In that one, they kind of like... It's almost like by design that you don't have to fight them. That was a reverse shoulder that failed. Don't even have 3 friends. Same. None of the people that I would consider friends actually play this game or care about it in any capacity. So cool. He knocked me forward, and that scrolled the screen, and now I gotta deal with this clusterfuck here. I'm just gonna knock him and do that. Scroll him off screen. If you scroll enemies off screen, they also despawn. That's one way. If the screen is unlocked, you can deal with enemies like that. Okay, I think the next loop is when the bomb will drop.
Pizza time.
Grab this so that they don't knock me to the right. Ding, 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 ding. I like how we both just kind of fell in unison. Nope. Okay. Oh, fuck. Sucks. So, by the way, these orange guys, they are actually the most dangerous enemy on this stage. So you do want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Yeah, he wanted to hit me up close. When the orange guys walk up to you like that, they want to hit you with the sickle part of their weapon, which is it's a faster attack. The preemptive. He was going to be out of position there. Now, knock him down. And knock him down. Then he's going to jump. See, there's a lot of randomness to this game, but there's also a lot of consistency if you can set up situations properly. Because enemies do behave in somewhat predictable ways. They're not fully random. So you actually can manipulate their AI. If you know how their AI works, you can manipulate them to your advantage. And there's the risk. There's the risk right there. Sucks. Now I'm one hit away from death here. So, well, I gotta take... Fucking shit. He almost got me there. That guy tried it too. Nope. Okay. He tried it.
Pizza time.
Oh, pizza time. Damn it. Okay, cool.
Neon night.
By the way, I would absolutely love to pause the game in order to read chat, but if I pause the game, it breaks the input recording in main. It winds up just ending the input recording completely. So you see, if I fuck, like, the worst that could happen is that I die here, right? Or die in Starbase, which happened with Leo. But like, look, I got this far. Other than that one, like, other than that checkmate, like the first RAF attempt, I got checkmated in stage 1. But other than that, yeah, see, he's perfectly fine. He's perfectly viable. You know, when I do my strikes, it's very uncommon that I get punished for it, because his strikes are very safe, very reliable. But yeah, back in the day, I used to think RAF was the worst turtle in the game. One way, one way, one way. That's fine. These guys have a weird hitbox. You have to kind of go like a little bit under where their shadow is in order to hit them. Want the yellow guy, now the purples. Oh, it's still purple. Nope. Nope. Stay on the ground. Okay.
Pizza time.
My videos about the mechanic made you love the game. That's awesome. I'm glad you grew to love the game. Yeah, the timing is different with different turtles. Fucking shit. Yeah, see, I could die here. The timing of this, like jumping over the missiles, it's different depending on the turtle you're using. So I know how to do it with every turtle, but since I normally play Leo, I have to do like a little adjustment when I change to characters like Raph or Donnie. Yeah, ideally I want him to do the rocket kick because it's just a lot easier to punish.
Star base.
No. Yeah, that's the risk of doing strikes when there's more than one enemy near you. You might accidentally get a throw, which could put you in a bad position. Yeah, once you get it to that pixel position, there's a very specific spot you have to do that in order to get it. Come over here, man. Yeah. That was a preemptive strike. You gotta be wary of those, because sometimes they like to do it. Ooh. I managed to thread the needle there. Where's the music at? Is it this one? No. Ever since I was late last time, I'm like, yeah, let's pay attention. I thought that was early, but that's probably going to be the next loop. Yeah, I think it's this one. There we go. Okay. That was, yeah, I couldn't move down there because the other one had thrown theirs. Shit. Bro.
Now I'm too cool.
Pizza time.
Now I'm too cool.
Ah. Bro. Yeah, that section is completely luck based. It's completely luck based. Sucks. Sucks. Okay.
Pizza power! Yeah.
Come on.
You shellheads are dead.
I managed to make it.
Hold our way home. Let's go.
Okay.
No drum.
My favorite.
Alright, I don't think Raph can get the double hit easily on him. Oh, he can. Let's see. I'm gonna try again. You have a little bit of health to work with here. Wow. I was really low. He still hit me with that. Okay, I got it.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
There we go.
are 4 reptilian heroes.
Now I can
who
read
overcome
chat.
the Arch Villain Shredder.
Alright, let's see. It's just so unique the way you maneuver the jank. Jank, yeah, jank. For sure, lots of jank. Yeah, learning how to maneuver that. It was not easy. This game definitely has a lot of jank, for sure. Also, like the first TMNT game is really cool too. Now, I think Turtles in Time is just way better, but like the first game is also really fun, for sure. It's just unfortunate that Donatello is like the only reasonable character in that game, because the other turtles, they don't really have great range in comparison. And in that game, most enemies try to hover outside of their range, their attack range. So in order to counteract that, you have to do like this really weird like diagonal hits and like trying to get close, and then it's like risky. Donatello doesn't have to worry about that because the range that he has in that game normally outspaces the enemies. I'll go ahead and do that. Let me see what time it is. Go ahead and take this off. I do have a little bit of time. First one feels more linear in the sense that of when you know where enemies appear, you can always use the same strat. Yeah, generally, so like there's less randomness in that regard in the first game, and that does make it so that the game, it can be kind of solved in that way, right? I don't know if solved is, I don't know if you could say the first Turtles game is solved in the way that, like, let's say Pac-Man is solved, right? Like people who play Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, those games are effectively solved, right? As far as we know. Especially that recent discovery in Donkey Kong where they kind of they managed to push the game even further past its like usual limits, like as far as like hardware limit. They managed to actually find a way to circumvent that after like 40 years. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, first Turtles game definitely feels kind of a bit more solved compared to Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time has way more randomness to it, in the sense that you definitely have to think on the fly. You have to change up what you do as you go. Wanted to make the $40 you pay for. I mean, look, Cowabunga Collection is a good port. Like, don't get me wrong, it's actually a good port. I gotta double check the music thing for it. But something I don't like about Cowabunga Collection is that it has a macro for the two button moves. And I know I'm probably alone in that. Like most people probably like, yeah, like the macro is really good because it makes the game more accessible for more people. I get that, but at the same time, a huge chunk of the challenge of the game is completely trivialized with the macro. So I don't like it for that, because you don't actually have the risk of failing the execution. And the DP in this game, which is the only attack in the game that has invincibility, is extremely important and extremely useful. And the fact that you can do it just by tapping a single button, it makes it so that a huge portion of the challenge is just completely gone from the game. And I don't like that. I think not every game has to be for everyone, right? So I think it's fine if some games are just really hard, and there will be a contingent of people or a demographic of people that just um they have a hard time with the game. I don't that sounds really gatekeepy though. Like obviously you can play the game and have fun, right? I think there were better ways of going about it. Like if they wanted to make a change in Cowabunga Collection, instead of putting a macro, they could have made like assist features, like assist mode features. I think that would have been better. That would have been a much more preferable method. So that way, if you want the game to be accessible, the game can be accessible to like literally anybody, and they can just choose which accessibility features they want to enable. I think that would have been a better approach, personally. Have Cowabunga Collection on every system. You know it will get delisted someday due to the that's no. It might get delisted just because of stupid licensing bullshit. But anyway, yeah, like it's at least we have methods of playing the game still, and we have a pretty good way of playing it online in Fightcade at least. Cowabunga Collection online is okay if the delay between the people is not high. So if you live reasonably close to somebody, the delay is not as high, so you can have a good experience with that. But yeah, it's nice that there are ways to play the game. And thanks for the GGs. Let me see. So let's do. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. I mean, I technically have time for another one, but then it's gonna be late, and then yeah. I think I'll end it on that note, getting the nice deathless 1cc with Raph. Probably not gonna top that. It would have been nice to get it with Leo earlier. I got up to Starbase Deathless with Leo, and then I bungled the bomb dodges, both of them. But yeah. So before I go, let's do this. Damn, it's dark. It's dark in here. It's nighttime where I'm at. So before I go, real quick. So the next challenge that I want to do, because I've already done max rank for this game, Deathless, with all the turtles. The next goal I want to do, to be honest, I'm not even sure if it's feasible. But I'm gonna give it a try, and I'll practice it and see how it goes. I want to do single button challenge. So I'll give you a little like preview. Let me pull the game up. That way it's easy for you to actually know, like visualize what the hell I'm talking about here. So pull the game up. So the idea is that other than using the DP to dodge the timer bomb, I would not use any 2-button attacks throughout the whole run. Only single button attacks are allowed. So I would do just like this, dive kick, like knocking you back attack to knock enemies down. Literally anything, or I could do like that, the slide kick if I can get a running start. So this would be the challenge. And the only time I would be allowed to use a 2-button move would be the DP to dodge the timer bomb. Now, I am thinking of starting this challenge with a caveat. The caveat being that if I get hit, I'm allowed to buffer the DP in order to escape. Because the way the way enemies hit you in this game, oftentimes if you get hit, if you don't buffer a DP to get out of it, they can actually just keep hitting you, right? So it is possible for them to just keep hitting you over and over, and then you get checkmated and then you die, right? That is possible. So just, what I would test it out on easy mode first, right? And easy mode is not really like the way difficulty works in this game. It basically starts you at a lower rank, and then as you progress through the game, the rank increases. Harder difficulty just basically starts you at a higher rank. That's basically what the harder difficulties do. You don't take any extra damage or anything like that. It starts you at a higher rank, and bosses have more health. That's what harder difficulties do. But if I start on easy, right, I just use single button attacks, no 2-button attacks, right? I can use the slide kick, I can use falling strike, but I can't use like reverse shoulder or special or DP to actually hit enemies. Like, I'm not allowed to use those moves. Yeah, and you see how he hit me 3 times? I was holding away to get away, but I couldn't, because if they time their attacks correctly, they'll just combo you. Now, I'll show this. If you get hit, I'll let them hit me. During your hit stun, if I'm gonna do a frame advance here, if I hold the two buttons during hit stun, it will buffer the DP. So it is actually impossible if you react on time. It's impossible for them to combo you. If they hit you once and you buffer your DP, they cannot combo you. So basically, practicing your reactions on that and get like upon getting hit, definitely practice buffering that DP. You will avoid a lot of damage doing that. The enemies they cannot combo you. So try it with another enemy here. I guess they both died there. So again, I get hit during hit stun, hold the 2 buttons, and this is fully invincible, by the way. So when they hit you, your hurt box goes away. So you're invincible. They can't hit you again until your hurt box comes back in your like idle stance. So once you go back to idle stance, your hurt box comes back. But if you hold or tap, you don't have to hold it. If you tap the 2 buttons at the same time, you'll buffer DP and you'll just have full invincibility up until like halfway. Like once you get like halfway up, then your invincibility goes away. So because of that, you cannot get comboed in this game if you react on time. So I am thinking, I'm thinking that when I do the single button challenge, I'm gonna do it in a way where I'm allowed to buffer the DP to escape combos, but literally everything else. So DP to escape combos and DP to avoid the timer bomb, right? Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to avoid the timer bomb. I would have no chance of doing it. There would be less of that potentially. Well, no. I was gonna say there would be less of that potentially on easy mode, but that is assuming that you have access to all your moves. So maybe not the case. That's why I gotta test this out. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. Okay, so That's my cue actually to leave. But yeah, that's the last thing that I'm gonna leave you guys with. Yeah, so I'll be doing more of that, and we'll see. I'm gonna try it with Raph because his strikes are because he doesn't have the random sidekick. So I'm gonna give it a shot with him first to see how it goes, and I'm gonna be doing more testing. And I'll probably throw in like some random, just regular 1cc attempts in there too. Just because, you know, it's fun to actually get to the end of the game. So, but anyway, you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace. Take it easy. Oh, and if I go to that arcade, I'll definitely see what I can do about either recording it or at least getting like some kind of video footage of it or like photos or something. I'll try. We'll see. I don't know if they're gonna let me do that there, but I'm definitely gonna try one of these upcoming weeks to go and play Turtles in Time on a physical cabinet, and we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know how it turns out. So anyway, take it easy, guys. Later.